With the conclusion of Summer League Wave 1 and TESL 2, TNC displayed their dominance by taking home the trophy with a 2-1 scoreline on Inferno, Cash, and most notably, Overpass. During the matchup on Overpass, they showed off a smart, responsive setup on their CT side, allowing them to make use of the map's reactive rotations, great positioning, and smart information plays. Let's take a look at how TNC play out their CT sides on Overpass and how it gives them the upper hand against teams such as Fractals and Archangel. Their knowledge on the fundamentals of the map is shown clearly with their swift and smart rotations, great positioning, to hear executes, map control in several positions, and most importantly, information gathering, which TNC utilize intelligently to make reads on the hit and set their units up ahead of time for a possible execute. TNC's CT side usually consists of two styles of setups, an aggressive and a passive setup. Their second setup has yielded higher success rates in more recent tournaments. This setup is made to gather information by making use of the map's compactness, allowing them the ability to hear executes from the graffiti position. TNC sets this up with 2 players down A, either gathering information early or setting up on site, 2 players down B, preparing the site for a push, and most importantly, a rotating player in graffiti. So, what makes this graffiti position so impactful? The answer is in the large amount of benefits from this position. From the graffiti position, you can gather information from bathrooms, hear executes allowing for faster rotation times, and you can also allow yourself to support B site all the while already being set up for a possible retake. From this position, you can also jump spot onto water, allowing you to read executes later in the round if there's no pressure on either side, and if info is needed to make a read on the execute. TNC also makes sure to change things up by gathering information down water to make sure that the setup won't get read so easily, and to avoid getting caught off guard. These advantages speak for themselves about why it should be utilized on CT setups. A notable round where TNC makes use of this setup is the last round against Archangel in the grand finals of TSL 2. The round begins with Papi Chulo gathering information on connector and hears Archangel drop down ladder and push up mid. He calls Wits to play passive down site to prevent being overwhelmed. Archangel then slowly claims bathrooms in preparation for an execute towards A. Meanwhile, on B side, Borkum is jump spotting onto water and realizes that there are no players on that T side in that position. Kenzie and Pro are set up somewhat aggressive on Monster, playing close and on Toxic. Archangel then decides to execute onto A side with about 40 seconds left. Borkum hears the execute and proceeds to rotate, thus strengthening the defense on A. Wits also plays an intelligent molly on the default plant to further delay the execute in order for Borkum to rotate and set up on site. The hold begins, and Pro realizes it's A since there's no longer any time to rotate. Kenzie sets himself up for a lurk and makes sure that the execute isn't a fake. He spots information on Monster, then proceeds to short and sets himself up for the backstab coming up connector. The retake commences and TNC managed to make it a 1v3, slowly clearing out all positions. Thus, they conclude that Dubstep was in the smoke and is either in garbage or bank. And so they take him out and thus win the series. Their passive setup has built them a powerful fortress on the CT side. Accurate, innovative, and hardworking. TNC are truly an example and role model for the Philippine esports scene. This has been WASD Academy, strengthening competition.